Hello, my friends. So I welcome all of you, star seeds, light workers, and wanderers to this session wherein I have channeled the Pleiadians who have answered very interesting questions. The first question is about there is a video which is pretty viral in the UFO community. It is known as the Skinny Bob alien video. Now, I wanted to ask if this video is real or not. Because many people wanted to know about this, and I've asked for the revelation from the Pleiadians, which is mind-opening, as well as I've asked about is humanity at this current time at a tipping point, and what is the next sign? So this is absolutely fascinating what they have revealed. I learned a lot from this, and also they have revealed the information, the truth about. There was one video which I found to be absolutely convincing. It is in no way, shape, or form, a human craft. It looks like definitely, some kind of alien spacecraft. It is like an orb. So I wanted to ask the identity behind this object, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And this revelation, like literally shocked me to the core. So I found this information wonderful. And also, I want to tell you that recently, I've released many sessions on my Patreon regarding the end of the veil and how can humanity prepare. And you can watch that if you want. And also, I've released around 700 plus extra channeling sessions on my Patreon, including we do meditations. So if you want to support my channel, you can join my Patreon. Also, I am planning to reach around 150,000 subscribers, and with your help, by the end of this year, we can do that. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. And also, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who with your heart like this video, because liking is free, and as you all know, what you do unto others, you will receive. So if you like this video, you'll receive like back in some way, shape, or form. With that being said, my friends, enjoy this session.
We are the Pleiadians now in communications through this channel. At this timeline, we the Pleiadians have to answer the queries which have been presented today, and we the Pleiadians must state that your peoples have to use inner discernment when listening to our thought forms. Therefore, regarding the queries which are in order, firstly, we the Pleiadians must state that within your time space regarding the query about is the Skinny Bob alien footage real or fake? In this regard, we the Pleiadians must state that within your third density framework, the terms real and fake are employed to measure truth by the yardstick of physical proof, yet truth in the metaphysical sense does not reside solely in pixels, shadows, or the mechanics of your recording devices. The form depicted is a partial remembrance of a reality that has indeed unfolded within your planetary history. Such beings of Zeta lineage have indeed interacted with your peoples under agreements both of harmony and of distortion. The image you see is not purely a fabrication, nor is it an untouched record. It is a blend crafted from genuine memory fragments shrouded in deliberate alteration for the purpose of seeding your collective unconscious, while failing certain details from those not yet ready. In your seeking, understand that your query opens the door to a larger one, that is, why was it sown to your peoples at the current nexus in time? We, the Pleiadians, must state that the archetype of Skinny Bob functions as a trigger for those entities whose soul contracts include awakening to the greater cosmic family. Those stirred by this image are already remembering in dreams and in subtle visions the councils and meetings long past. Further, we the Pleiadians now answer the other query regarding, is humanity at the tipping point, and what is the next sign? In this regard, firstly, remember that within the time-space the tipping point resonates with the understanding of graduation. In our understanding, it is not the machinations of your economic or governmental structures that are of primary significance, but rather the underlying vibratory rate of your social memory complex. For millennia, your planetary sphere has experienced cyclical patterns. Younger entities upon which a certain level of self-awareness often feel a dissonance with the established societal construct. They perceive the distortions in the ways of their elders and seek to manifest a reality more in alignment with their inner truth. This often leads to movement of change in questioning of authority and a desire to dismantle what is perceived as unjust. This is a recurring catalyst within the third density experience, and entities gather unified by a common purpose to challenge the inertia of established systems. Yet, in past cycles, the momentum of these movements has often dissipated as these entities become more enmeshed in the societal structures they once sought to change. Through the formation of partnerships, the raising of offspring, and the assumption of societal roles, their focus shifts. The revolutionary zeal is often absorbed back into the very systems it opposed. This pattern is a function of the old energy, a dynamic that has prevailed from much of your planet's third density cycle. The desire for change, while potent, has historically lacked the collective coherence to fundamentally alter the vibrational landscape of your planet. Even those who were most ardent voices for a new way of being often found themselves integrated into the existing paradigm, their initial aspirations becoming but a memory. However, the current space-time nexus you are experiencing is different. Your planetary sphere is in a state of transition, moving towards a higher vibrational density. This is the harvest, a time when entities who have sufficiently polarized their consciousness towards service to others or service to self are able to graduate to the next level of experience. What you are witnessing now is not merely another cycle of youthful rebellion. At this time, the influx of the indigo children, or the wanderers, and those with a higher activation of their indigo ray is a significant factor in this current shift. These are soul complexes who have incarnated at this time with a specific purpose, that is to anchor a higher frequency of consciousness on your planet and to assist in the graduation. Many entities carry with them the wisdom of higher densities, even if it is failed by the process of incarnation. Within this timeline, the tools at the disposal of your younger generations are also unprecedented. Through your global communication networks, and idea can be shared and amplified with the speed and reach that was unimaginable in previous eras. A single entity, if their message resonates with the truth of the universal loved one, can now reach millions, creating a ripple effect that can rapidly alter the collective consciousness. This is the true nature of the tipping point. It is not about a revolution in the streets, but a revolution in consciousness. As more and more individual entities awaken to the understanding of the universal loved one, that all beings are one and that love is the creative principle of the universe, the old systems of control, separation, and service to self will begin to dissolve. They will not be overthrown by force, but will become obsolete as a critical mass of humanity chooses a more compassionate and unified way of being. The changes will not be instantaneous, but they are inevitable. New systems founded on the principles of compassion, integrity, and service to others will begin to emerge. You will see this in all facets of your societal complex, from the way you conduct to the way you govern yourself. These new ways will not be imposed from without, but will arise organically from the changing consciousness of your peoples. Do not be discouraged by the apparent chaos and turmoil you see at the current time. This is the thrashing of the old energy as it resists the dawning of the new. The light of the one infinite creator is indeed intensifying, and those who have chosen the path of service to others are finding their voices and their power. The graduation is upon you and the tipping point is near. With regards to the aspect of the signs, we must state that the dissolving of the old earth is not marked by a single cataclysm, but by a sequence of signs that reveal the crumbling of structures built on distortions. The next sign to be observed, beloved seekers, is the acceleration of the unmasking. That which was hidden beneath the veils will be drawn into visual light, such as spaces on the planet Mars and the Moon. Institutions of governance, commerce, and even spiritual orders that serve control rather than unity will find their disguises become thin. The populations of your sphere will sense this falseness as if it were smoke in their lungs. This unveiling will not appear solely in outer events. Within the self, the same process shall echo. The peoples of your planet will find their own illusions breaking apart, such as relationships, identities, and desires. Once come to for safety will feel brittle. Many entities will experience confusion as if it were their very reflection. However, the old earth, as you call it, dissolves not by destruction, but by exposure. That which cannot hold light must dissolve in the radiance of truth. The next sign, therefore, is the massive surfacing of distortion into collective awareness. When you see more revelations and deceit in more soul complexes awakening to the falsity of fear, realize that the end of the old pattern is near. Regarding the other query about what is the identity of the unidentified flying objects seen in the video in question, as we can sense from the mind complex of this instrument. That which you perceive in the sky in this so-called video is a thought-form vessel from the so-called Confederation of Planets who are in service to all beings. It is not what you would call a physical craft, but a projection manifested to interact with your planetary sphere. This specific vessel is a scout ship from a fifth density social memory complex known to your peoples in ancient times as the Brothers of Light. Their purpose in your skies at this nexus of time-space is to observe and to send pure, undifferentiated love and light to those who call for it. They do not interfere with the free will of your peoples, for that is the primary law. Instead, they offer their presence as a catalyst for awakening, allowing those who are ready to become aware of the greater reality of which you are a part. The vessel's appearance, shifting from a brilliant light to a smaller, more subtle presence, is a function of its nature as a thought form, allowing it to move through densities and respond to the vibratory levels of the observers. Its purpose is simple: to remind your social memory complex of the infinite possibilities that lie beyond your current understanding, and to beacon those who are seeking the path of service to others. Hence we the Pleiadians now leave you at this time in the love and in the light of the one Creator. Bye.
If you want to know about your past life, your soul name, or any other questions you may have, I can channel for you. Please send me an email, and also the email is on the description as well as on the screen. So my friends, let me explain to you what I have learned in the session. Basically, what I learned in the session is that about the skinny bob video. They said that this is actually a combination of a real video and they have done some editing. So that is the reason why it looks weird. Okay, so that's what they said. And they said that these beings that have been portrayed are from the Zetas. So I believe they are from the Zeta Reticuli star system. And we know from one of the sessions which we had done earlier that these beings actually they have a purpose, right? They came here with some certain agreements with the United States and other governments. That's what we know. And also about the second question, which talks about the so-called next sign of the tipping point. What I understand is that indeed humanity is as the tipping point wherein we are moving towards the graduation, and the tipping point signifies that there will be a crumbling of the old system. Many things that have been veiled, they will be revealed to all of us, and there will be a huge revelation of truth at this time. So that's what I learned in the session. And also they have discussed about the UFO video, which I found to be very interesting. They said that this is from a fifth density being, and this is like a reflection, like that's why it appears like light. It's weird, right? If you see the video. And they said that they are here to scout, like to look at what's happening in our planet. So which is very interesting revelation. And also, and I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to this channel, as well as who have downloaded the free PDF of the channeling transcripts, which you can access for free. The link is on the description. And my friends, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next session. Until then, enjoy this session over here.